This will happen when you meet the person God wants you with. Finding that one person who is destined for you might be quite difficult, especially a godly and goodly person. It is even more challenging when we do not involve God in searching for the one. Everyone out there has someone who is just perfect for them. Most at times, a lot of people have given up on love, especially because of failed relationships or experiences from people around who have had a bad relationship. Well, you do not need to panic, child of God. God has a perfect plan for you, and trust me, if you yield to Him and His signals, then you are certainly on the right path to a happy and long-lasting relationship. John 14:27, peace is what? Leave with you. It is my own peace that give you. Do not give it as the world does. Do not be worried and upset. Do not be afraid. This is a reassurance from God. He always wants the best for us, and He is ever ready. There are few tips which will guide you while searching for God's will for you. First of all, it is very important that you are close to God, because if you aren't, you won't be able to know when He is directing you. It is therefore essential that you have a bond with Him. This will enable Him to give you directions, and you will be able to heed to His voice. Isaiah 30:30, Only in thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left. This close fellowship with God is certainly a strong factor in knowing His will. Also, God will dispel anxiety or doubt when you come in contact with the right person. Your fair chance and doubt vanishes. You become assured, and hopefully I'll find out that you become at ease with this person. If you had uncertainties about being with this person from the beginning, that feeling will no longer exist. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. 1 John 4:18. This Bible verse gives us an insight on perfect love. It clearly states that when you are perfected in love, your fears and worries are gone. But when this fear still exists, it is not God's will for you. Thirdly, your love for each other increases. If you are in a relationship and instead of your feelings to grow, it diminishes, then this could be a strong indication that you are on the wrong path. In Thessalonians 3:12, may the Lord make your love increase and overflow for each other and for everyone else, just as ours does for you. True and sincere love blossoms as the day goes by. It is renewed afresh and never fades. There is this genuine and immense feeling that emanates from the heart. Maybe at first you might just like him, her, but as weeks, months, and even years goes by, you become really fond of each other. There will be times when you have to make some decisions. Some could be really hard at times, but then you will realize that most of the time you come to a favorable conclusion without rancor. The both of you will always have common perspective. Matthew 18:19, again I say unto you, that if two of you should agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it should be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. This also shows that the Father hears us when we are united. One thing which is paramount is also communication. When there is no communication, that relationship is heading towards destruction. In knowing the will of God for you, there is always communication between the both parties without fear of being judged. Some people find it really hard to communicate with people, but you will soon notice that this communication is genuine from your inside. You might struggle at first if you are an introvert, but gradually you realize that this person can translate your soul language, and you can also translate theirs too. One who God has ordained for you will not be quick to throw in the towel when difficulties arises. Challenges and difficulties are inevitable. This thing arises to test your ability if you would fall or stand strong. Mark 4:37, and there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship so that it was now full. In Mark, there was a severe storm even though Jesus was in the boat, but he calmed the storm. Likewise, every relationship will have their stormy days. Some days might be rough, but if you are in the will of God for your life, the storm would be calm, and your partner would never give up on you. Mark 4:39, and he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, Peace, be still, and the wind ceased. And there was a great calm. Jesus is always there to calm the storm. Over the years, vertical bar have seen married couple who look very much alike. This is really surprising. If you take a good look at their life, you will realize that they share deep physical connection and even spiritual connection too. If you are on the right track, your partner and you will connect spiritually. You will also be very alert to know if your partner is burdened with issues physically without him or her opening up to you. This is because there is a connection. And when I'm talking about physical connection, do not refer to carnal intimacy between unmarried couple, but there is this deep commitment that you both would have. 1 Thessalonians 5:11 Wherefore comfort yourselves together, and edify one another even as also ye do. Being in the right relationship helps you love and value yourself more. Hesh would make sure you feel loved, appreciated, and happy. You will feel better and not worse. Hesh is always there to comfort, counsel, and give you guidance. They are usually your biggest support system. You are never alone, and you will always feel secured. 1 Peter 4:8 And above all things have fervent love for one another, for love will cover a multitude of sins. He or she won't hold grudges against you, and will easily forgive when you make a mistake. There is never a dull moment with God's will pertaining to our relationship. He always has the right plan for us. If this above features is evident in our partner lives, this could be an indication that we are on the right path. Once more, brethren, do not be afraid in heeding to the will of God. It is certainly the best thing ever.